What's up? What's up? What's up? I am Zakiya Monique, master relationship strategist, transformational speaker, and best-selling author of Killer Connections. And I am here tonight to talk about divorce, the breakdown before the breakup. This is part one because I just would not be able to do this subject any justice if I just came with the points that I have tonight. So this is part one of the breakdown before the breakup. We have seen so many different couples. I think just today and yesterday that have announced their divorce. But I wanted to come on to talk tonight about divorce and that there are some things that happen way before the breakup, man. I'm transparent. I'll tell you about me. I'm a relationship strategist. And let me be the first one to tell you that as a relationship strategist, we do not get it all right. As a relationship coach, we do not get it all right. Let's get into it. But I want to, before we even get there, I want to say this. We just seen 3 different couples say that they were filing for divorce in the last day or two. And people were saying, all of a sudden, everybody getting divorced. Let me help you out. Ain't no all of a sudden. Okay? Ain't no all of a sudden. It's not. It's not all of a sudden. Let me check out my comments. It's no all of a sudden. Not at all. Okay. There's no all of a sudden. Divorce, breakdown, disintegration, collapse, crumbling, dissolution is very, very seldom all of a sudden. This is why we need to remain in tune or connected with our spouses so that we recognize the shift, or we can prevent the shift by growing with them. Right? So at the end of the day, there is no such thing as all of a sudden. All of a sudden. No. It was no all of a sudden. There's been a breakdown before the breakup. And some of us just don't want to admit that there was a breakdown before the breakup. I'll use me. There was a terrible breakdown before the breakup. I didn't want to see it, but we had grown so far apart in my first relationship. And then by the time I got to my marriage, I didn't even like him. I just didn't. By the time it was time to divorce, I was the one who grieved in the relationship. See, there's always somebody who grieves in the relationship. There's one person who grieves in the relationship, and that's usually the first person to leave. Okay? The person that grieves in the relationship is the one who leaves, and the one who didn't grieve is like, I don't understand what happened. I thought we were doing fine. No, you didn't. How did you think you were doing fine? And this person was grieving in your face every day. That's because some of us are selfish. We're not paying attention to the needs of that person. We started slipping. We didn't feel like we had to keep doing the thing that we started doing when we got it. We didn't think we had to keep doing that. We didn't think we had to keep learning their needs and surprising them and loving on them. We didn't think we had to keep doing that. Why? Because we got the ring. That's all I wanted. I just wanted the ring. That's it. Once I got the ring, I was good. No. Once you got the ring, that was the start of the work. That was the start of the cultivating. That was the start of the nurturing. That was the start of the merge. That was the start of the partnership. That was the start, not the finish. That was the start. So it happens over time, and usually one party communicates their unhappiness to the other in many ways. Remember, there is never a failure to communicate. If you don't take nothing else away from this live, there is never a failure to communicate. Never. I learned that in my communications class. I learned that there is never, but it happens over time. It's never, ever a failure to communicate. Never. It's somebody's always saying something. Even silence speaks loud. Even silence speaks loudly. Hear me clearly. Okay. So they may not say it verbally, but they will say it. And let me tell you one of the first ways that they say it. The communication gets shoddy, or they avoid it altogether. People stop talking, the women stop nagging, and men start giving you one-word responses. Yeah, no, I don't care, whatever. Go ahead. Men are fixers. I had a guy one day say, how you know so much about men? Are you a man? I said, shouldn't I know what I'm looking for? Should I know what I'm looking for? I already know about women. I was raised by a plethora of women, not just the women in my family, but a plethora of women in my village. I am a woman. I've been around women all the time. So why would I study women as much as I need to study men? Because I'm trying to be with and please my man. So what I've dedicated myself to doing is learning what men want, listening to what men say that they want. I'm talking about stand-up men, not that jagged edge foolishness. So why the heck wouldn't I know what a man is if I'm supposed to pick well? If I'm supposed to choose well, how am I going to choose well if I don't know the characteristics of a man? You understand what I'm saying? People stop talking. Women stop nagging. Men will give you those one-word responses because they feel like, I don't even want to be here talking to you. So I'm going to do whatever I got to do to shut it down quick. That's a telltale sign right there that somebody's not happy. And don't get me wrong, no, you are not responsible for another person's happiness because that's too heavy. However, we should be trying to contribute to, increase, boost the happiness that's already there. Contribute a home of peace. You can add to. You ain't responsible for it, but you can add to. Right? So they may not say it verbally, but they do say it. And while communication is not the key, it is a key. Communication is not the key. I don't care what you nerd. Communication is not the key. You know why? Because if I don't believe what you say, your communication don't mean nothing. If I don't respect what you say, your communication don't mean nothing. If I don't love you, if I don't trust you, your communication don't mean nothing. So communication is not the key, but it is a key, baby. We change every 7 to 10 years. So how else will you assess the change if you're not communicating? Or better yet, if you're not communicating well. Because some of us got some communication going on, but it is borderline toxic. Some of us got some communication going on, and it is borderline like do he like you? This how y'all rock? And you know, the females will be like, that's just what we do. He just called you a whole okay. Anyway, we change every 7 to 10 years. So we need effective communication so that we stay in sync with what's going on with each other. So we stay in sync to knowing whether the dreams and goals have changed, so that we stay in sync with the way that we're going and moving. Because again, just like they change every 7 to 10 years, so do you. And if we're not careful, we'll do this. Why? Because we wasn't talking. We wasn't vibing. We weren't cultivating. We weren't nurturing our relationship. I'm a firm believer that everyone will talk to someone of the opposite sex because we need that interaction. Unless you're a eunuch, some people call it an eunuch, but unless you're a eunuch, we need some level of interaction with the opposite sex. Okay? And if we don't get that interaction at home, that's how emotional affairs start. That's how we end up having kiki and chi and work husbands and stuff like that. You know why? Because we weren't getting it at home. And so my thing is, if you don't want them to have no work husband or no work wife, what you doing? I'm just asking. So, number one of the ways that you can tell is communication becomes shoddy. Okay. The second way that you can tell is dependency on mind-altering drugs or mood-altering drugs. Hear me clearly. When one drink a week, and I'm not one who, if you drink, that's your business. I'm not here to dispute that. That's on you. But when one drink a week on a Friday after work turns into happy hour every day, have you ever wondered why they even created happy hour? They were like, oh, people were happy to be off work. Not necessarily. They were happy to be off work, but they weren't happy to go home, so they had to go somewhere else to be happy. I'm just saying that was okay. One drink a week turns into every single day after work. You got to drink, and so you go to happy hour at 4-5 o'clock, and you don't go home until 9 o'clock, and you hoping she sleep or he sleep, and then you gonna go ahead and slide in the bed, so you ain't got to talk. See how that works? When eating healthy most of the time turns into an overindulgence of sugar, fast food, and a constant conversation about where we about to eat at. Because see, some of the church folks don't drink. Some of the church folks don't smoke. But them church folks put some food back, okay? Because we be meeting, greeting, and eating. You understand? The church folks be meeting, greeting, and eating. So the saved folks, they can't get a little drink. They can't get nothing to smoke. But baby, they can get some eat. They can get some nom. And if you're not careful, that meeting and greeting and eating will turn into eating and eating and eating. Why? Because you are miserable. And food is just like alcohol, it's just like exercise. It releases chemical endorphins when you eat comfort food. That's why they call it comfort food, because certain foods, especially chocolate, for instance, releases the same chemicals sometimes as, and you feel the same way as after you exercise. So after a while, you find yourself snacking on something that make you feel good. Why? Because you don't feel good at home. You don't feel good at home. So you find something to help you take the pain off. I want to cope. I'm coping. Coping mechanisms. These are coping mechanisms. When no matter how much sex you have, you can never get enough. Yeah, I went there. That's not normal. People call it, oh, I'm freaky, I'm kinky. No. You're hiding and you're hurting. You're hiding and you're hurting because you can't never get enough. I mean, I know you might like them, but dang. These may not be categorized as legal drugs, but they can become our drugs, and we can use them to cope if we're not careful. Another way to tell is attitude changes. When a person no longer refers to their future with you, when they start talking about the future and you ain't in it, when they went from saying we gon' to saying I'm gonna be, excuse me, pay attention. See, this is what I'm saying about being in tune. First, he was talking about we gonna be this, we gonna get us a yacht, we gonna do da 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 da. All of a sudden, he was talking about he was getting him a yacht. Wait, nah, cause wait, nah. What happened? What happened to you in the equation? you sitting there, don't even care, ain't paid attention to the fact that he erased you out of the whole equation of his life. You listen to him talk to his friends. Listen to him as he talking. I ain't talking about eavesdropping, but I'm saying listen to him as he talk to people. Are you in the equation anywhere? No, because he has already envisioned you out of it. He already just said, nope, she ain't finna be my forever. Nope, I'm out this boy. Same thing with us as females. We like, he ain't the one. He ain't the one. I knew quick. I just stayed to honor the vow that I had made to God. Because I was like, Lord, I done did it now. I knew quickly that this ain't gonna work. Because I'm not the type that's gonna go along to get along. I'm not the type that's gonna fake the funk or go out and wear matching colors and be cheesing and all of that and then come home and be sleeping in separate rooms. Like I'm not that. I'm not her. I'm not her. I'm not the person that'll buy a Beamer and ain't got no gas and insurance. I ain't her. Unless it's some exigent circumstance. I ain't her. I want the core of my relationship to be just as beautiful as the external portion of it. That's just me. Now you can fake it if you want to, do what you do. But I'm talking about me. But when this person no longer refers to their future with you, when their plans only focused on them because they no longer see you there, or when they're upset with you seemingly for no reason, they're going through the grieving process. I'm telling you, there's always one person that grieves in the relationship. And guess what happens? After that person stops grieving, they leaving. I know that rhymed and I got bars, but still. Once they stop grieving, they are focused on leaving. They have already left here. They have already left emotionally. They done already checked out. But I'm so surprised. I can sit and watch. I can sit and watch people and see that their mates are checked out. Listen, let me tell you one of the telltale signs of a man being checked out. The woman starts coming to social media for all of her attention because he ain't giving her none. When a woman got to come to social media and they got to have everything hung all out and all that type of stuff, she needs too much. You listen, as a wife, I just don't understand. Y'all help me understand this. As a wife, a mother, a career woman, and all of these things, how we got so much time to be on social media all day? Can somebody tell me that? You got time to be on social media all day trying to see how many likes you got because your shoulder out or because your boobs all pushed all up in the screen? Ain't you tired? You done cook, clean, wash, iron. If you're doing everything, like, ain't you tired? I ain't saying you ain't got time to be on social media because most folks be on social media at work. But what I'm saying is, at some point, when you gonna shut it down and do what you're supposed to do? Like you got a housekeeper or something. If you do, cool, no problem. But you shouldn't be coming to social media for all your attention. That tells me you ain't getting the attention that you need from your husband. That's one of the telltale signs. Because let me tell you something. I don't need to be up in this screen. Hey, you gonna be sitting right here. Hey, I need look at me. Hey, you gonna give me the attention that I need. I'm gonna tell you what I need though. I'm not gonna play them games. No, I want you to come and talk to me over here in my ear. Talk to me right here. I'm gonna tell you what I need. I need you to come here after football go off. All right, I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna do right. I'm just telling you. Come on in here after the game. I hope your team won. Okay. Anyway, long story short, they're upset with you for no reason. It's because they're grieving. Oftentimes, it's often because they're grieving. Okay. Then they get resentful, bitter, angry for no reason. No reason. No, they're grieving. Anger is part of the grieving process. Grief is not always related to a physical death. Sometimes people grieve in divorce too. And some people go through divorces while they're sitting in the marriage. I'm telling you what I know. I cried. I'll tell you about me. I cried from November 30th, 2007. Okay. From November 30th, 2007, all the way until February 15th, 2008. I cried every day. But baby, my grandmama said something to me, and my grandmother had already passed away around that time, but she told me something years ago. She said, when you stop crying about that thing, don't cry about that thing no more. My granny said, when you stop crying about that thing, don't cry about that thing no more. And so February 15th, when I stopped crying about that thing, I made sure I ain't cry about that thing no more. You understand what I'm saying? Because February 15th, when I stopped crying, baby, I stopped caring. You understand? I already didn't. I already knew it wasn't going to work. But when I stopped crying, it was a wrap. I didn't care if he hung from the chandelier with 6 women. Have fun, people. Cut the light off so I ain't got to pay the bill. I didn't care. That's why you got to be careful when you make a person cry, because you don't know what emotions are being released, baby. You don't know. This was me. One word responses. Oh, all right. Whatever. That's what you want to do. That was me. I'm telling you about me. Okay. So, yeah, attitude changes. That's a big one. And last but not least, and this is not the full list, no time spent. They make excuses as to why they can't go out with you or don't want to go. I'm tired. I got to work. I scheduled doubles every time I knew my ex-husband would be off work. He was off on Mondays. Every Monday, I swear. I tried to. Every Monday that my job would let me, I scheduled a double. One time I worked until 12:30 a.m. I worked double so much that he thought I was lying. Like he thought I was out with somebody. So he actually came to my job one time and I was like, sitting right in my office, like by myself, wasn't with nobody. I'm looking at him like I was here to get away from you. I mean, I'm just being honest as to where I was at that time. I was here getting away from you. Now, what you up here? But I didn't want to talk on the phone. When I went to work, that was my freedom. He was like, you ain't called me all day on purpose. I told you when I stopped crying, I stopped caring. I'm just telling you about me. I'm telling you what's real. On purpose? What is it? When I would answer the phone, I would be irritated. Hello? Y'all see my face? Hello? I didn't want to spend time. Go out. Go out with who? For what? I don't want to go over there. Who all over there? I'm going to find a reason. I don't want to go. You go ahead. No, I'm tired. I worked the double. I'm straight. No time spent. Those are a few things, right? I certainly hope you enjoyed this content, but don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. I want you to have a great day. You already know how, on purpose. God bless you and see you in the next video.